Hi, third graders and families. It's Mrs. Schulman. I'm one of the third grade teachers here. I am excited to send out this video that's going to tell you all you need to know for the next coming weeks. This is a nice little intro video. It's going to be my turn to make the video. Each of the teachers are going to be uploading videos for the kids to watch, and we're going to kind of take turns on that. In this video, we're going to talk about the goal, what we have for goals for you guys, what are the parent expectations, what materials you're going to have, and then we're going to talk about the lesson plans. So first off, our goal. The third grade teachers really wanted to make something that was easy, that mostly the kids should be able to do on their own, and something that can build a routine, because building that routine is going to be something that is important, and it will probably help things out and go a little bit smoother if we build that routine. We were told by the district that we were to plan about approximately 2 hours a day. Now that's going to vary student to student. The parent expectations. What do we kind of expect on the parent end? Give help when you need it, when the kids need it. Obviously there's going to be some things, it should be some new information for them, so they might need a little bit more explanation, and you might not be able to get a hold of us right away, so help out when needed. Help the teachers connect with your students. We are going to be doing that in a couple different ways. One is technology. The teachers are going to be using Seesaw, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Email, and something like Google Meet, or possibly Zoom. It kind of depends on the teacher and that format. And just kind of help the teacher and student connect a little bit. The next thing is we are taking attendance, and we're going to be taking attendance based on when the student has completed that work. So parents, that's kind of the parent expectation. Then we have materials. So every kid has a bag in our gym, and once you get that picked up, there's some important things. One is a reading book, and this will be part of the lesson plans. 2, they have a bag, or they were given some of their art supplies and deck of cards and stuff like that. And the last thing is we have an envelope in here, and this includes most of the important papers. So one of the things that you're going to look at in this important papers is a password cheat sheet. And this has all the different websites that we're going to be using. Most of these the kids might be familiar with. It depends on what class they're in. But there's a couple new ones for most of the kids, and it'll say new by them. Usually there might be something like from Seesaw. There's a Seesaw, and I'll talk about that. And then there's one other slip, and that is from the specialists. So art, music, gym, and technology. When you see their stuff, they're going to be using Google Classroom, and they're going to be using that. There is login information for the kids for that. All right. Else in our packet, there's a bunch of different stuff. Don't get overwhelmed right away. What you need to do is you need to find these 2 packets first. This one says periods 1, and this one is talking about lines. So these are the 2 like have to do's that we're going to be including in the lesson plans that the kids are going to be working on the next 2 weeks. So these are the have to do's. And in the rest of the packet, there might be some other like want to do's. We did make a fun packet for everybody, and this is just some coloring and some just different things that they could do just for some extra fun stuff. And each teacher, like my class, we get National Geographic Explorer. Some of the other classes might have their Scholastic News or Weekly Readers in there. So this is the kind of, in my class I had already printed these out, so I just sent these home with the kids. All right. So back to Seesaw. So Seesaw is going to be our main communication and back and forth and there's going to be some assignments on there. So how do you do that? If you have a tablet, you are going to be downloading the Seesaw class app. And it'll say Seesaw class on it, and you're going to open it up. Okay? And then you're going to hit I'm a student. Now, you're going to want to give it access to your camera and microphone, and you allow those access. And then it can scan the QR code. So then, on each individual kid's sheet, there is a QR code, and you can scan that in. Okay? Otherwise, it says text code down here at the bottom. And that is a code that's listed on this sheet, and it's also on the front page of that sheet right there. Okay? On the computer, let's say that you're using either a Chromebook or a laptop or a desktop computer. You go to, the information is right up on here as well, app.seesaw.me, log in, and you're going to click I'm a student. And then there's a text code right down here, or if you have like something with a web camera, you can scan the QR code from there. I'm going to text in the code. And I'm going to go. All right, now this is Fred, and Fred happens to be one of my imaginary students that I have in class. And so if you first log on, you will see that the activities button has 3 different things in there. So your teacher has already put kind of a welcome activity. If the kids want to give this a try before next week, they certainly can. So it's called #Selfie. It says this is a great way to get to know Seesaw and how to use it. So what you want to do is you want to hit the add the response button. You take a picture of yourself and where you're going to be doing your schoolwork. And then you're going to use the draw button or the text button. And what are some of your feelings about distance learning? And then you're going to hit the green check when you are done. So right here is when you add the response. I can't do this up here because this doesn't have a camera that's attached to it. But this activity is just a great way, again, to get to know Seesaw and how that works. Parents, you can you can connect it with your parent. There's a family app where you can connect it, or you can just go on. In this, you will only see your child's work. The inbox is a way that you can send announcements, and you can, like here, I've already sent a couple things. This is from the past, but I can message the teacher back and forth using the Seesaw app. So the activities button is where the kids are going to have a lot of their homework. Speaking of their schoolwork, so we are going to be emailing lesson plans to you guys on Monday morning. And when you pull it up, it will send you to this Google Doc. And this is the lesson plan for week March 30th through April 3rd for 3rd grade. It talks about how, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it's kind of approximate. We're going to see how this first week goes, and we're going to get some feedback from you guys and see how things are going. We're going to be in contact with you quite often, so you're not on your own. Don't worry about it. We're there to help you. Just know that your teacher is there to help you. Here are the learning targets for that first week. Then you can see in reading, this is what we would like you to do. And if you wanted to print this off, because we put check boxes for you, you could do the check boxes and you can just kind of go through it. So there's reading, there's writing, and here's some math. The blue underlines are links. so that you can just go to this document and click, and it will take you right there. So like spending 5 minutes or so every day on Spelling City. So you just click Spelling City, you go in, and there's going to be your spelling list there. There's games that we're going to have assigned to you, and then on Spelling City, you can even take your test at the end of the week. It's kind of awesome. And so it just gives you different things to do. If you are not digital, if you are paper pencil, there are some things in the parentheses that we sent out to those families that we heard from that did not have internet access or a device. So you have extra stuff in your packet that should help with that. So those are the things in the parentheses. So here on Monday it says vocabulary activity on Seesaw, choose 2 words. So then you would go into your Seesaw and go to the activities button, and you'll see a vocabulary activity. You go ahead and do that one. Or if you're on paper pencil, there's the vocabulary squares that were printed out for you, and you just do those 2 words there. So it's kind of that digital, paper pencil kind of option. Down here for specials, you will see stuff, and they tend to put their stuff on Monday. It doesn't mean you have to do it all on Monday. What's kind of expected is that you do art one day, and you do music another day, and then you'll do gym one day, and then tech another day. So you just need to do one art thing each week, if that makes sense. Again, the specialists are going to be available for you too. And they're using Google Classroom, so you can interact with them through that Google Classroom. Google Classroom is very easily accessed online, or if you have an iPad or tablet, there's a Classroom app. So these lesson plans will be sent home on Monday of each week. Also, we're going to include the link on Seesaw so that you can get to it from there as well. All right, I went over a lot of different information. Again, this is new to everybody, and we're all in this together, and we're going to just do our best, and we're I think this is gonna be a very unique situation, and it's going to work, and we're gonna really have a good time and try some new things, and it's going to work. So deep breath, we got this. All right, have a great day, and we will see you next week.